What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and we're actually going to jump right into the first round in the Manufacturers Cup here. So decided to run with Porsche this time around, mainly because A, it's a pretty solid car, it's pretty well rounded, and B, I saw a new livery that I wanted to try out, and well, I'm a simple being. If there's a cool livery, I'm going to be swayed pretty easily. So little foreshadowing, these first two races that I did were actually quite chaotic from start to finish. So right off the start, the Ferrari is going to get a good run at me here on the inside corner here. And out of nowhere, this Supra is going to brake way too late and actually collide with the Ferrari and push him right into me, pushing me wide. And you can actually see the NSX, someone got a good run at the NSX, and he spins out massively too. So, you know, T1 in these races are always chaotic, this one no exception. Within the first corner, two people, or at least three people got punted. I'm dealing with damage here to my bumper, my rear tire there. So already struggling, and to make matters worse, I cut that corner a little bit too much and get that half-second penalty. So complete disaster of a start. You know, I qualified 5th, already down to 7th. I'm going to lose more positions here when I serve this penalty. And as you can see up ahead, these Ferrari and this M6 are already battling it out. So that's something you're going to see, a common trend here. A lot of battling, a lot of contact. But this Porsche gets the inside on me, and once again, looks like someone rear ends him, pushes me and the Porsche straight out of contention. So we're jumping to the view of the Lambo that caused all this. He actually almost rear ends the Porsche there, but into this corner here, again, brakes too late, collides with the Porsche, collides into me, and he actually collides with the M6 ahead, but the M6 was able to maintain composure and not spin out. So this Lambo effectively knocks me and our fellow Porsche out of the race. I'm down to last place, and well, I can't get any worse than that. So jumping ahead to near the end of the race, lap 11, I did manage to gain some positions back, and having a little battle here with the Porsche who collided with me. We were both taking out of the race, unfortunately here, but gonna go around the outside, not much there, but I do get a much better run out of the exit than him, and was able to overtake him in this long right-hand corner. Cleanly, might I add, not like the other overtakes. So 1.5 laps left to go. There is a group in front of me, not sure if I'm going to be able to catch them, the amount of time and how far they are up ahead, but as we come into this tricky right-hand corner, this really tight, heavy braking zone, two up ahead, still battling, and that Lambo, our good buddy who rear-ended the two of us, spins out. So we're actually going to take a look to see from his point of view what happened. As you see, he collides with the Ferrari, and I'm not sure what happened here. He might have applied too much gas too quickly and spins right out. So hands us 7th place, and we are going to actually hold 7th place all the way to the finish. So not a complete disaster of a finish considering the start we had. You know, qualified 5th, ended up to 7th, was in last place at one point. So finishing 7th, not the greatest obviously, but not the worst considering how that first lap went. Right, so second race, again, qualified 6th, so not terrible, but this is going to be another case of not so ideal start and a lot of heated battles and punts. So right off the bat, again, this Aston, I couldn't believe the straight line speed this Aston. He pretty much walks right past me and gets the inside corner and gives me a little nudge, and I'm thinking, oh god, here we go again, but nothing crazy. Gets the inside, gets that position relatively easily, and so down a position right off the bat, but you know, a lot better of a start than the last race as you saw. So still with this group right here, I actually get a really good run at the Aston here, but unable to overtake him. He protects the inside here, so going around, and you can just see all the smoke ahead of me as that Ferrari is going to be the biggest troublemaker alive. Anywhere he's near, you're going to see smoke from him colliding with cars, but he actually must have cut that corner a little bit too much because he got the half-second penalty there. But that's not going to deter him as that Lambo tries to sneak up on the inside, loses a little bit of grip there and holds it. But, you know, as you can see, a lot of battling, a lot of colliding going on from that Ferrari and the Astons up front. Yet more smoke. So even though this guy is set to serve a half-second penalty, he is not stopping and battling people as this Porsche and Aston are pretty much within one another here, but I'm going to take a wide line in here just because I don't know what's going to happen on the inside, as again the Ferrari comes out of nowhere, nudges me wide. Luckily I didn't get any damage, but that McLaren is pretty much just sitting still, so even though he serves that half-second penalty, he's not out of the running yet as he looks to get behind a little draft there. But so pretty hectic start, but nothing like the last race as we come out of the back straight. Again, I'm going to look on the inside as the nudges forward, and I'm going to be side by side with this Porsche, and I'm thinking here, I don't want to be side by side. I hope he cuts in behind. And thankfully he does, because the Aston brakes quite heavily. I'm forced to brake heavily as well, and I get a little nudge from the Porsche to catapult me forward, which is quite nice. I'll take that. But again, common theme here. A lot of smoke up ahead as that Aston and Audi are battling for first place. As we're going to switch to the Porsche here as he dives bombs into that corner, nudges the Aston right out of the way, and they slow down massively, which I didn't expect to see, or I wasn't expecting to happen, because as those two are battling, I come out of this corner, they've slowed down tremendously. I get rear-ended from behind, so yet more damage, front bumper, rear bumper, that rear tire damage, so a lot of chaos, but I'm still ahead with this group here as we switch back to Ferrari, our good old buddy, who's coming down on me this way. He dives bomb massively into this corner and basically blocks me and the M6 behind him from turning it. It really screwed me over because, as you can see, they blocked me from cornering and I couldn't do anything in this situation because, you know, they blocked it. I was gonna be ramming them, trying to get out of the way, so I elect to go straight, and it really screws me over because it teleports me back to the track, back at 10th place. So because of that Ferrari dive bomb and him essentially blocking the path for me, I had no choice. I went straight. It screwed me over, so I dropped down to 10th. So lap number 2 went from 5th or 6th, whatever it was, to 10th. So another great start for this race right off the bat. And so I had the mindset as right now, I'm not going to fuck around, I'm just going to be as aggressive as possible. So still with this group ahead, I'm going to take the inside on the Supra here. I'm going to overtake him. Normally I might not have went for that overtake in the middle of the track there, but like I said, I have a lot of positions to make up. So my sights are set solely on gaining as much positions as possible as quickly as I can and taking no prisoners. So as we come onto the back straight here, as you can see, the group of 3 directly ahead of this Peugeot are actually battling quite a lot. As this McLaren still sitting still, and we're all very careful to avoid them. But as you can see, it's the 3 of them side by side into the back straight. This Supra was gaining on me. You know, it's quite fast in a straight line, but not the greatest in the corners. So he backed off, alleviating the pressure there. So again, as of right now, trying my best to overtake this Peugeot, and I don't get the best run out of this corner, but I do gain quite a lot of ground on him here. He wasn't as fast in this corner, and as much as I want to overtake him, I don't want to do an aggressive dive bomb like what happened to me earlier. So just gonna stay behind him, stay in this little slipstream and this little straightaway. But as you can see at the end of it, into that tight right-hander, he brakes a little late. I'm able to get up on the inside, have a much better run, and pretty much overtake him in the exact same place as I did the Supra. So this group of 3 in front of me here is still battling, which actually is quite nice for me because they're going to be slowing each other down. There's no real dirty air or anything to contend with in front of me, so I have a nice little clean space to work with to try and catch up and eventually overtake these guys as they're battling one another. As you can see, the train behind them, McLaren every time. But we're going to fast forward to about midway through the 5th lap here, or actually just at the beginning of lap number 5. As see more smoke as they're really getting into one another there, and none of this is affecting me obviously because I have nothing to deal with. So I close the ground really quickly on these guys, get right up the trumpets of this Huracan as he goes up the inside on that M6, who I don't think really appreciated it too much, as I'm gonna try to go on outside here. Try to leave as much room for this M6 as possible. He has the inside, there's nothing really I can do. I can tuck in behind. Cut that corner quite aggressively, lets you do no penalty, and out of nowhere that Aston appears, and I move from position. So we're gonna see what happened to this Aston. He's battling for first, and as he goes into this corner, the Audi pretty much pit maneuvers him, spins him out, and eliminates him. Another viewpoint of that pit maneuver, which really is unfortunate. That was quite a dirty move from the Audi, and as they're battling for first, the Aston gets absolutely punted away, which sucks, but it hands me a position, but still in contention with the 3 guys here. I can move all the way to 4th relatively easily here, so they're not too far away. So as we're going to come down the back straight here, everyone obviously by now avoiding the McLaren. Well, I'm going to be right in the slipstream of this M6 here. Close the ground. I'm actually going to give him a nice little bump stop here because I don't want to overtake him just now. I can very much benefit from this slipstream and all this seconds I'm gaining off here. I actually go for the second draft, but he moves away. So, interesting decision there. He cuts the inside on that Huracan, all I needed earlier, and this is where the Huracan did not like that at all. Turns right into him and eliminates the 2 of them together as they spin out together. So this is another case of someone's revenge benefiting me, as that Huracan did not appreciate getting dive bomb like that. So we're fast forwarding here to lap number 8. As you can see, I've caught up to the group ahead of me. We're battling one another, slowing themselves down massively, and it's my old buddy, the Ferrari and the Aston, they have me with a Porsche. So because of all that battling, again, I was able to stay consistent, get in some clean laps and caught right up to them. So first place is definitely a possibility here as we're coming down the back straight. I don't think I was in the slipstream of the Aston too much, but definitely keeping them at bay here. Slipping into the heavy braking zone. Not quite enough to go out on the outside, but again, staying with them as much as possible here. So the Aston here, I think it brakes a little too hard, a little too early, and I'm able to close the ground a little bit on everyone here, but again, I'm not trying to do anything too crazy here. There's still about 2.5, 3 laps left to go in the race, so my main focus is to stay with this group to see how it all plays out. The Aston does go a tiny bit wide there, but nothing crazy enough for me to overtake him. So I'm going to try and tuck in behind him with the slipstream, stay right up on him, pressure him as much as possible as we come into this hard braking zone, right into a tight right-hander chicane, if you will. I get a much better run out of it than he does on the exit, right up his ass. I try to go on the inside, see if it's possible. I back out of it. Didn't want to do anything too risky like that. I think it wasn't worth the risk. So again, stay right behind him, and that little patient back off there does pay out for me as we come out of this right-hander onto the main straight. I think this was another case of him applying the gas a little too much because he spins right out into the wall. Definitely not something you want to do coming out of that corner. So instead of battling hard for that position, he pretty much hands it to me by spinning out. So we're gonna fast forward to the nearing the end of lap number 10. The Ferrari of course getting very heated as the Porsche nudges the Ferrari a little wide there, and I try to stay out of his way completely because God knows what he's going to be doing. I've seen enough cases of him just punting people off track in this race, so as he does try to do that with the Porsche there. So stay out of his way as much as possible. I think I was in the slipstream here, but nothing too crazy, not close enough to bump draft him or anything. So coming out of this back straight, hard on the brakes, he's going to stay on the inside. Again, not trying to fight it or anything, but the look behind shows me that the Aston, who was battling for first, is kind of back in contention. He's right behind us, so definitely something to consider. As I try to consider going around these guys, at least around the Ferrari with 1.5 laps left. You see he brakes this corner, which is not something you want to do. I definitely lost a couple of seconds there. So, by braking there with the Ferrari, I think the Aston was able to gain that much closer on us, as we're going to come down to this hard braking section once again, where, you know, I famously got blocked off by this guy. I get another quite aggressive cut there by me. Luckily, I didn't get a penalty, but a little bit of a sideways action there, but I am right on the ass of this Ferrari here. And these exits definitely not as clean as they could have been, which in turn opens the door right up for the Aston, who's going to appear basically out of nowhere here and nudge myself and the Ferrari out of the way onto that back straight corner. So quite an aggressive move. It did pay out, but as we're coming out of the back straight here, side by side with the Aston, the Ferrari is going to come again out of nowhere and nudge the Aston once again out of contention. You know, this poor guy, man. He was in first, got nudged, and then he was battling for third, got nudged off the track, and for his efforts, the Ferrari does get handed a 3-second penalty, which pretty much ensures that I am going to be able to finish in third as long as I can keep within 3 seconds of him, which isn't that hard to do. And so, you know, I was able to overtake him momentarily here, but I'm thinking, you know what, this guy's capable of anything. I don't want to be anywhere near him and be at risk of him punching me off, because as he serves this penalty, as we're coming down the back straight, very easily swerve on by him and finish in a very respectable third in a very, very chaotic first round of the Manufacturers Cup. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that very hectic race. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the race, and I'll catch you guys for round 3. I wasn't able to make round 2, unfortunately, so I'll see you guys for round 3. Peace out.